Good friends becoming opponents, a college rivalry graduating to the pros, and getting advice from a legend. Caitlin Clark's rise to stardom has been impressive to watch, and it's gotten people talking, teammates and opponents included. While playing for the Iowa Hawkeyes, Caitlin Clark formed a close bond with her teammates, specifically team captain Kate Martin. Clark gushed about her teammate in a March 2024 interview with the New York Times, saying, "She's somebody that's wired the same way as me. At times, that means me and Kate butt heads, but at the end of the day, we know how much we love each other." Unfortunately, the WNBA draft placed Clark and Martin on different teams, potentially threatening their close friendship. While Clark made it to the Indiana Fever team, Martin was drafted as the 18th overall pick by the Las Vegas Aces. As Martin later admitted to the Associated Press, "I miss her a lot. I spent every day with her the last 4 years, and I haven't seen her in like a month and a half." Similarly, Clark gave a glimpse into their friendship in a press briefing, noting that they had spent a lot of time together while at Iowa.
We've talked every single day. I call her, if not texted her every single day.
The former teammates, however, soon reunited in May 2024 when the Indiana Fever played against the Las Vegas Aces. Though the game ended in a 99-80 win for the Aces, Martin would later admit that playing against Clark wasn't as breezy as it seemed, sharing in an interview, "It was weird, I'm not gonna lie." Veteran basketball player Sue Bird has nothing but respect for Caitlin Clark. Following the Iowa Hawkeyes' loss to South Carolina at the final 2024 NCAA Women's Basketball Championship game, Bird shared a heartfelt message on X directed to Clark, thanking her for bringing more attention to women's basketball. In a previous interview with Wall Street Journal, Bird had praised Clark's distinct playing style, describing it as, quote, "jaw-dropping." When she is not being a fan, however, the former Seattle Storm player wears her mentor hat to share some anecdotal gems with Clark. In a May 2024 press briefing, Clark opened up about an interaction she had with Bird.
I think one of the biggest pieces of advice she said is just continue to be yourself.
Additionally, Bird encouraged Clark to face challenges head-on and ultimately learn from them, with Clark revealing, "She said there's always going to be learning curves and challenges, and just being able to learn from that and grow, and having a little grace in that too." In her college career, Caitlin Clark found an ultimate rival in Angel Reese, who initially played for the Maryland Terrapins before transferring to the LSU Tigers. Rumors of a feud between the two began in April 2023 after Reese directed the John Cena "You Can't See Me" hand sign to Clark during the 2023 NCAA Final Championship game. Despite the pair's attempts at laying rumors to rest, however, fans continued to pit them against each other. So when Clark and Reese were named as the 1st and 7th overall picks respectively in the 2024 WNBA draft, rumors ramped up, with many drawing parallels to Magic Johnson and Larry Bird's infamous on-court rivalry. Responding to the rumors, however, Reese explained she had no ill feelings towards Clark, with the Associated Press reporting her as saying, "I think people just take it like we hate each other. Me and Caitlin Clark don't hate each other. I want everybody to understand that. It's just a super competitive game." In a separate interview with USA Today, Reese also denied being jealous of Clark's fame and success, noting that she is only grateful to be a part of the WNBA history. While she might have made a name for herself as a college player, Caitlin Clark was expected to live up to the hype in the WNBA. Even as a rookie, the Iowa native kept up her impressive streak, proving herself a formidable player on the court. Unsurprisingly, Clark made quite the impression on many of the league's longtime players, including her teammate Temi Fagbenle. In a post-practice interview, Fagbenle, who signed with the Fever in January 2024, praised Clark's skills and their connection on the court. Fagbenle also lauded Clark for her attentiveness and playmaking skills, which translate to a better overall performance for the Fever, saying, "I've only had a few of those kind of point guards, who you just know sees the play before it's happened."
Regular point guards, I'm like, they didn't see it. But Caitlin saw that, she saw that before I was open, and then I'm surprised, I'm like, damn.
Additionally, the former Minnesota Lynx player lauded Clark's advanced talent, pointing out that even as a rookie, she could permanently change the face of women's basketball. During Iowa's Final Four NCAA game against UConn in April 2024, Diana Taurasi sparked outrage after revealing she would not select Caitlin Clark as her #1 pick in a draft. Taurasi was asked on an ESPN broadcast about who she'd take between Clark and fellow phenom Paige Bueckers if they were in the same draft class.
I'm taking Paige. Next question.
The veteran basketball player ruffled even more feathers after suggesting that Clark would face obstacles as she transitioned to the WNBA from a college career, saying in an alternate ESPN broadcast, "There's levels to this thing, and that's just life. We all went through it. You look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to be playing against some grown women that have been playing professional basketball for a long time." But while she might have made the comment in good faith, Clark's fans were not too keen on Taurasi's comments, with many dubbing her as hateful and envious. Reacting to the backlash, however, Taurasi doubled down on her claims, noting in a media briefing that she spoke based on the reality of life and personal experience. In addition to making her a household name, Caitlin Clark's college career also launched her as a favorite among top sports brands. Therefore, it was no surprise when, in April 2024, the Wall Street Journal reported that the Hawkeye star was gearing up to sign an 8-year, $28 million deal with Nike. But while Clark's meteoric rise is inspiring, Las Vegas Aces player A'ja Wilson can't help but believe it to be propelled by her race. As Wilson explained to the Associated Press, "I think a lot of people may say it's not about black and white, but to me, it is. It doesn't matter what we all do as black women, we're still going to be swept underneath the rug. That's why it boils my blood when people say it's not about race, because it is." Responding to Wilson's comments, however, Clark seemingly refuted her claims, noting that WNBA players were given the same opportunities regardless of their race. Additionally, Clark shared that diversity in the WNBA was also a key factor for its increasing popularity, saying, "I think the more we can spread the love, show people, show their talent, show their teams, that's just going to continue to elevate it." Caitlin Clark might be ranked as one of the greatest college basketball players of all time, but a few others, including Breanna Stewart, don't quite agree. During an appearance on SiriusXM's College Sports, Breanna Stewart, a 4-time NCAA champion, highlighted that Clark did not deserve to be called one of the greatest college basketball players of all time, since she never won an NCAA championship.
Anybody knows, your goal when you play college basketball is to win a national championship. So you need one.
Unsurprisingly, Stewart's comments were not well received, with many social media users dubbing it as an attempt at belittling Clark's talent and popularity. Stewart sparked even more outrage in June 2024 after insisting physicality was a big part of basketball. At the time, fans had raised concerns over Clark's frequent hard hits from her opponents in the league, but Stewart dismissed the complaints, saying, "This is the best league in the world. No one is going to give you anything easy. The fastest, the strongest, the quickest. That's why this is the WNBA." Despite the controversial nature of her comments, however, Stewart holds a lot of respect for Clark, with the veteran player maintaining that she had no animosity towards the rookie player, whom she described as a, quote, "great player" in an interview with USA Today. In an exclusive May 2024 interview with People, Brittney Griner, the #1 overall pick in the 2013 WNBA draft, voiced her support for Clark's entry into the WNBA and the popularity she brought to the league. Griner, a former star college player herself, also offered a word of advice to Clark, echoing that transitioning to the WNBA would be a lot harder than it appeared, saying, "I had to get stronger, lock in a little more. There will be some growing pains for her, but she'll be fine. It's different when you come from college to the pros." Of the possible challenges, Griner drew from her personal experience, recounting how she struggled as a rookie in the WNBA. Admittedly, Griner had to toughen up to meet up with the league's fierceness, recalling, "I went from top dog to my numbers going down a bit. You're going up against grown women. This is how they feed their families. This is not just for the love of the game. This is their livelihood." Caitlin Clark might be dominating the WNBA, but her popularity goes beyond just basketball. In April 2024, retired soccer player Megan Rapinoe declared herself a big fan of Clark, adding that she looked forward to seeing her play in person. Similarly, tennis star Martina Navratilova voiced her support for Clark amid the perceived bullying from veteran players of the WNBA, writing on X, "The players in the WNBA need to realize that Caitlin Clark is helping all of them, now and in the long run. Caitlin is the tide that will raise all boats."